Okay, so I had to really think about this because I remember when I first started playing Fortnite, one of the things, or one of the first things at least, was learning about the storm. So we're going to be talking about that, and I'm going to teach you, a couple of things as far as the storm goes, navigating through it. If you're wondering, where is the War Robots content? I actually did a video yesterday covering, why I've been playing Fortnite so much as of late. Make sure you check it out, and I'll leave a link actually to that video in the video description. So I guess let's get started here with the storm. So I think what I might do, and I think this is probably the best way to do it, I'm going to play a solo game. Usually I play, squads, because quite often when I hop on, all my friends and stuff are on and they're sending me invites. So I end up playing, more squads. But we'll play solo. I'm going to try to explain the storm. We're going to have to see how this works out here because I'm so used to dropping in like the really busy areas of the map, but because they can be really high intense, it might be hard for me to focus and do my commentary at the same time. So I'm going to try to land like someplace really far, and then I can talk about the storm and how it all works, how to navigate through it, because I think that's really important as far as learning about this game. I mentioned in the other video that Fortnite, the learning curve is very steep, at the start. But once you learn how to play, especially if you're playing with friends, it is a lot of fun. And, I just want you guys to experience that with me because, I think a lot of players are missing out. Now, a lot of players have also asked me, why didn't I start playing Fortnite like 4 years ago? The thing is, I didn't really have a good, gaming PC to run it. So that's the reason why I didn't play it. And also back then, we didn't have Zero Build. Zero Build is a mode, it's kind of like Beacon Rush Domination, TDM, free for all, if you will. It's kind of like that in War Robots, okay? But Zero Build is a separate mode where no building is involved. You do have things like bunkers, which you can throw down on the ground to protect you, but that is as far as it goes. So when you start off, everyone starts off in the battle bus. You'll take a look at actually the top right corner of the screen. It says 0, 24, 99. That means there's 99 players total, on this map. So I have to kind of figure out where I'm going to land here because I never play solo. So, I wonder if anyone's going to land over here. I mean, that's like an island in the middle of nowhere. I have no idea what's there. So we're going to land over here, someplace really far. Probably a good start. So here's a bit of a trick. If you want to land, faster than most, you want to land over water. Okay, so water or like a valley or any kind of depression in the ground, not on a hill or over a tree, because it'll take you longer to drop. Okay, so I see a chest there. So when I drop down, I actually want to kind of drop near a weapon first if I can. Make sure that. And then I need to try to see if I can find a shotgun and then shield. Okay, so we do have a shotgun here. We have some shield. And, don't worry about, what is a shield and stuff, because I will be getting into that in another, separate video. Okay, so now that I'm kind of shielded up, let me just hide in this bush. Hopefully there's no one that comes here. So when you look at the bottom left corner of my screen, you're going to see a green bar, a blue bar, and also there's like a number 50 next to the right side. So in Zero Build, you have a thing called Overshield. You get 50 Overshield. It doesn't exist in builds, I believe, because you can always throw up walls. You don't need that protection or extra protection. In Zero Builds, you do. Now, the green bar is obviously your health. The blue bar is a shield. Okay, so for someone to kill you, they have to knock your shield down first, and then obviously your health. Now, if we take a look at the map, you're going to see this purple or pinkish color. This is the storm, okay? Whatever is within the white circle, that is the safe zone. And right now, the storm is ticking for 1. We call it ticking for 1 because it's 1 damage per second. And you can actually see it says 1 damage per second. In 1 minute, 26 seconds, the storm is going to start moving closer to where the white, area is. Now, when you play, what I have found that really helped me, you always want to move with the storm. If you move too far in, there's going to be a lot of teams surrounding you, you know, or players, and it actually makes it harder for you to determine where they're coming from. Think of it this way. You know, when the storm comes and it reaches this white circle or this white line here, basically it's like putting a wall to your back. You know, the chances of a player being stuck in the storm and shooting you in the back is going to be slim, especially late game. So you always want to, you know, kind of move with the storm here. Okay, so right now I'm kind of a little bit out of the storm. You can see top right corner, the mini map. So you can see my indicator. Like if I look at the ocean, you're going to see the direction. And, you know, if you ever get caught in the storm, you always want to make sure that you follow the white line, and you'll see it, you know, when the storm comes. I'll kind of explain that. Maybe it's a good idea for me to maybe get some actually, you know what, I might as well get some gold here while we're at it. I'm gonna get some heals and some shield to carry with me. Hopefully I don't get shot here. And I can always get the head sniped. Wait, is there something here? I feel like there's a chest here. Why was it? Oh, yeah, maybe it's just my imagination. I'm just waiting for the, and I'll get into all of this stuff, you know, later on. Okay, because we have augments and a lot of other stuff. Oh, you know what? This is a bunker. So you can use bunkers as well. Which is the closest thing you'll get to, like, building, I guess, in this mode. So, for example, let me just demonstrate here what a bunker does. So you can throw down bunkers like this. Okay, that's like as far as the building goes, you know, in this mode. I'm just waiting for the storm to move in. And just see where it's at. So you see how it's closing in? So in 30 seconds, I think it's actually going to go all the way to the white line. We'll see. But it's moving in very quickly, like you can see it. I may need to get some heals here because, you know, when things are moving quickly, I need to be able to move out of here as quickly as possible. Ah, there's a llama back there. Maybe I should shoot that. Okay, so here's the storm. So wait, look at my health. So you see how it's like 100 on the left side? Now, when you look at the map here, so you see how it's moved in, the pink circle. So it's, you know, 1 damage per second. That means if I go into the pink area now, or the storm, I'm going to take 1 damage. It's going to go from 1 damage per second to 2, you know, different phases of the storm. So take a look at this. So you see how I'm losing health, you know, one health every second. So if you are ever caught, like in the storm, I'm just going to give you an example here, and you are really confused, you know, you're panicking, always look at your mini map, the top right, and you'll see the white line. So position your character so that you face in the direction of the white line, which is going to lead you to the safe zone. Okay, so if you take a look, now all of a sudden we use that to navigate. And that's actually really important because I remember when I first started playing this game, I was, you know, I was so confused when I was in the storm, I was getting killed. Yeah, I need to actually find some heals here. I just hope I don't run into a player because this is not the time. I mean, there are different ways that you can... wait, I can't have that. You can actually have the mushrooms if you need shield. I was checking to see if I could actually get some health from it, but not yet. So I'm in a safe zone now, and I hope I don't run into any players. So if you take a look at, you know, the top right, remember when I said there was, what, 99 players? There's only 22 total, or 21 other players. And I'll get into, like, all the settings and stuff that I feel, you know, players should have. I just saw some shooting in this area. I'm going to run into this bush here, just so I can kind of explain things. So notice how, like, the circle, the storm, is sort of moving in more. We are still actually only ticking at 1 here. Soon it's going to be 2. I think in like 1 minute 14 it might switch to 2. But notice how, like, my character is facing the storm, right? So you see, like, I'm actually facing the wrong way. If I do this, you want to face towards the white circle if you want to avoid getting that storm damage. But remember, you don't want to move too far in too soon, because if I do that, so for example, let's just say, I was moving in this direction, which is the safe zone. What could end up happening is if I move too far in, this whole area, there might be an enemy there that will shoot me in the back. So if I move with the storm and I learn to move with it, not only do you get over your fear of the storm, you will find that it will protect your back. Okay, so as you get to later game, the chances of someone being in the storm and shooting you in the back is going to be slim. There's only 19 players. And it's kind of hard for me to do these tutorial things because, like, I'm not as familiar with the game like I am with, say, like, War Robots, where when I'm playing, I can talk and, like, do commentary at the same time. So it's a little bit different. So I'm in the storm right now. You can see I'm taking 95 or at least 1 damage per second. Gonna use that. We'll just get out of here. There's different ways I can do that. Whoa, what happened here? There's a lot of loot. Okay, so I'm gonna use this. We're gonna try to get out of the storm. I'm just trying to see if I can find a bush here so that I can kind of pause and then, talk a bit about, the storm again, so you can kind of see how it's progressing in the game, how it's doing more damage. Okay, so let's just hide here. And notice how the white circle or the safe zone is now smaller. We're still only at 1 damage per second, which is kind of interesting because I think it's going to actually switch to 2 damage per second soon. Okay, so I don't want to move too far in. Maybe I'll go to this side here. So I picked up shockwaves. You can use that for mobility like this. I'm just kind of going along the outskirts here too, because like I said, you don't want to move too far in, because if you do, there might be players that are in the storm or on the outskirts and they will shoot you in the back. So by keeping the storm to your back, you kind of limit the chances of them doing that. Okay, so this storm is gonna actually move. Let's just pick that. That's actually really good. Okay, we got shockwaves. That's perfect. Okay, so do you see how, like, I'm on the edge? So I'm going to keep on doing that until we move further and further in. As the circle gets smaller and smaller, the odds are you're going to run into a player. And I may very well run into one right now, but at least you guys get an idea of how the storm works. Take a look at, we're still actually only ticking for 1, but I think the next circle might be 2. And I'll go into the storm so you can see how much damage I take. Because I think it's really important to learn to play this way, because this is how I learned to play. Initially, when I first started playing Fortnite, I was deathly afraid of this, the storm. To the point where I would always run to, like, the center of it. And because I did that, I was always getting shot in the back. So you don't want to do that. Okay, so we're like right on the edge here. Would be funny if there's someone hiding in a bush right next to me. Which is very possible. Okay. Yeah, so the storm is coming in. Can you see? This is probably going to push me outside. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's take a look at... Oh, it's still only ticking for 1. Man. Okay, so in 50 seconds, I think they changed it. Yeah, so this is going to actually tick for 2. When it ticks for 2, that is when it gets very, very dangerous, because you lose 2 health every second, and when it goes from 2, it goes next to 5, and after 5, I think it's 8 and then 10, which is okay. Oh, there's a play in front of me. You see that? I saw him back there. So I'm just going to move up. And you can see it actually says there are 8 players left now. So we started with, We started with 99. We're now down to 8 total. So I'm in the safe zone. And I think in 8 seconds, I think it's going to be ticking for 2. Let's see. Let's see if it changes to 2. And there we go. So you see how like the circle is now actually in the storm, but this is telling me that I need to make my way over to this area because the pink is going to surround this white circle. Now, this is what I mean. You know, I might be the only player here and there might be like 5 or whatever, 6 players over here. The storm's actually going to push me towards them and force me to engage. So earlier I was taking 1 damage per second, right? Watch this. So you see how it's, I'm losing 2 damage now? So you got to be careful. And as the game progresses, it's going to go from 2 to 5. So you can imagine like how much damage, when it gets to 5, that's when it starts getting very dangerous. There's only a couple of healing items in the game that can sort of negate it. And even then, you're playing a very dangerous game. So I'm just going to keep moving up here. I wouldn't be surprised if I get shot at. There is some shooting in front of me, so I know there's players there. I don't really have good loot. Oh, I can see them. They're over there. I just marked so you can kind of see. But I'm moving towards a white circle. I'm using that white line to guide me. And I'm being... There's someone really close. They might even be over this. This hill here. Okay, we have 5 players total. Okay, so you see how it's moving up? Okay, so I'm just going to move in now. I might even... Oh, no. He's... Oh, shoot. You know what? I think that guy's... He might actually... He might get me. I'm just trying to get some better loot here, but I'm also not in really good shape. So wait, it's me versus 2 others. So I'm staying in the white circle, do you see? Yeah, because I have to move here, so I might actually get shot at. Yep, someone's firing at me. I don't know where they... I'm just going to take this. I'm going to bum rush because I think they're over there somewhere. Yep. I think they're going to try to get to the... They're going to try to get to the safe zone, which is going to be over here. Don't know where they are though. And I might get shot and killed. I don't have any heals. I took my slip because I was going to push, but then I realized afterwards... Okay, so we got that guy. I'm gonna try see if I can throw that to bounce him into the the water or the storm. Yeah, he's gonna he's gonna die in the storm. That's ticking for a lot. He's dead. That just goes to show you how deadly the storm is later on. So we won a game. This is like my first like guide, and I ended up winning a solo game. That is so cool. And we got a crown victory. Okay, so this is pretty much how the storm works, guys. And, you know, I'm going to be going through things like movement. Also, you know, things like, you know, which weapons to pick up, which ones to focus on, you know, how do you get the heals, you know, different kinds of strategy when it comes to Fortnite. But I hopefully you guys got some value out of it. If you did, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And also consider subscribing if you haven't already, especially if you're interested in Fortnite. The games are going to get a lot wilder, trust me on that, especially in squad play. And with that said, thank you guys for watching, stay safe, and until the next video, I'll catch you guys later. Footsteps right above me. Oh my gosh. Cheapers. Oh my gosh. I only just barely survived. Do you think these guys realize I'm in the car with them?